Hi, welcome. Hello, everyone. I hope you can hear me this time. We had some troubles last week, so let me know in the comments if you can hear me well. Hopefully, it will work this time. Hi, if we haven't met, my name is Anya, and I'm streaming live to our Facebook group every week, and I'm walking you through building a website in Divi. I call this project the Webdesign Playground, and every week I'm working on the same site using WordPress and the Divi team. So if you're watching a replay on YouTube, I invite you to join our group. And if you're watching me live right now, welcome, hello. I can see your comments on the side here. And there's a tiny delay, so just let me check if I can see any of you here. I've seen some good mornings. So, hi, Valentin. Hello. Thank you for joining me. I've seen some good mornings, and for me, it's 5 p.m. So, I'm guessing you are someplace US probably. So, welcome everyone. It's so nice to be able to connect with you all. We are all over the world, so it's really exciting that we can do this, and I'm happy to do this every week. So let's jump in, okay? So let me share my Chrome with you just to quickly a recap of what we've done so far. It's our 5th episode, so we've already did some work on this site. So we've started with this navigation and the SVG icons in the menu, and then we've also created the single post layout with the video, because each post includes a replay of this walkthrough. So we have a single post layout with a navigation and comment section, and we also did this nice footer last week. And when I'm mentioning last week, I did have some troubles getting my child theme to work. And to be honest, I was not able to figure out why it wasn't working. So because the same exact code I was using during live just magically started to work just when I ended the stream. So, okay, let's just, assume that it's one of those things that just works when you kind of hope it, you know what I mean. So anyway, I forgot to mention, if you have any questions, please let me know in the comments and I'll try to answer them while I'm still here, okay? So I just wanted to show you the correct code inside the my child theme functions PHP file, and this enqueues the Divi style and the child style and also the custom JavaScript file we have here inside our child theme folder. Okay, so that's just, I just wanted to go back to what we did last week. And today I would like to work on the homepage because right now, if you can see on the homepage, there is this default WordPress. This is an example page message, so we have to fix that so people who are somehow coming to this page know what is happening here. Okay, so I did a little design, not too much. I didn't. I just let me show you my Illustrator. So this is me and my kind of awkward picture with some introductory text. And just let me tell you that I'm not the first to put my picture on the internet, but I think that is important if you are working on your brand, or is this something that we should recommend to our clients, that using real photos is always better than stock photography. So I could find some smiling people looking at their laptops or whatever on some stock photo, but I think using myself here as I'm trying to explain this project will work much better. So So yeah, this is me and some intro text. And next we have 3 columns, because we need to, anytime we are trying to design a page, we have to think what is the goal, like what do we want the user to do on that page. And for me, on my homepage, on the Web Design Playground homepage, I want to explain what this project is about, and I want to invite people to watch the tutorials and to join me, join our group or follow me. So that's basically, these are the actions I would like the page visitors to take. So there's no like one call to action, but I do want them to understand what this website is about. That's why I'm using this free, like the same in the menu. We have tutorials, resources, and community section. So I'm just repeating that just below the header, and then I left some room for recent blog posts. I didn't draw them. We will work it out using the Divi builder. So that's it, very simple design, but there are some elements we are going to use custom CSS for example, this, let's call it a little decoration line, or just this line accent here on the header, and maybe we try to do this underline effect, like the highlighter effect, something like that for the links, so it's not just a regular underline, but the kind of bolder background color on links. We will try to do that with CSS. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully it will go smoothly today, no technical issues, and everything will work. So fingers crossed, right? Okay. So so that's the design, and now let's get to work. Let me open my Chrome. Okay, so inside the dashboard, we are going to work in the Divi builder for the most part, but I will be going on and off trying to preview the page on different screen sizes, so there will be quite a lot of going back and forth, but that's basically how I work. Hi, Sophia. I can see you there. Thank you for joining me. I'm glad you didn't miss it. Okay, I'm super happy to have you all here. It's very fun to do that live. Although it does feel a bit weird talking to myself in my office, but okay, I know you're out there, so it's maybe less awkward. Okay, so homepage, let's edit it with Divi, so it will load the visual builder. Okay, let's try with the existing content, but we're going to remove it anyway. Okay, to be honest, I haven't prepared very well for this, so just like bear with me. We'll figure it out while we go. So first, if we take a look back here for a second, we have 2 columns, right? One column is the image, and in the second column we have basically a text module, or maybe 2 text modules. We'll see how the spacing looks here. We can do use CSS to avoid using multiple text modules, because that causes too much code being produced. Like every text module uses the div container or multiple div containers, so maybe it will be easier to just put all this in one text module instead of multiples. But we will need to use some CSS for the spacing here. Okay, so there's an image and there's the text in the light blue background on the row. So there's that. So now if we know what to do, let's go back here. We have a row. This row should have 2 columns. Image module in the left column. Let me find my awkward picture somewhere on my drive. 1 second. Hold on. Okay, I got it, and there we go. Okay, it's it's not my favorite thing to work with my own picture, but just let's go with that. It's okay, it's fine. Let's add it here. Okay, and yes, it's rather small, but that's fine. We wouldn't want to use a big image and scale it to smaller size. This size would be big enough. It's because it's not full width, so it's really fine. Okay, so we have our image, and now let's add a text module. And here, let me copy that text from here. So first it's welcome to the, and then it's web design playground, and there's this bit of introduction from me. So we have to use separate headings here. For example, let's do age, maybe age 3, and then age 1, because it's like the name of that project would be the most important part of this page. So we are okay using the H1 for the name here. That's fine. And this should be in a separate line. And let's italize it. I'm not sure how to make it italic, okay? Okay, and we have two links here. We're going to link to WordPress, so everyone can go there and download the page. I think, okay, let's do https wordpress.org. Okay, and here we will link to elegant themes. I might use my affiliate link. Why not? But let's leave that for now. Oh, and new window. Okay, that's fine. So we have our links, we have our text. Where should we start? Maybe let's save that for now. Let's change the background here to our global light bluish color, so the photo kind of blends in with the background. So that's all right, but we do need to remove the padding from the section, right? Because we want me to stick to this line underneath. So in the design, spacing, no padding, and also on the row. So row settings, design, spacing. Not sure about top, but definitely no space at the bottom. Okay, now a CSS trick, or I don't know how to call it, but a CSS bit to align this in the middle. But wait, do I want to align this in the middle? Maybe let's not for now. I do want to, because let me show you. Sorry, I'm thinking what I should do first, because on mobile, if I resize that my browser window, you will see that the text will go underneath the image, and that's not the order I would like to use. I think it would be better to show the text first and then my image at the bottom, and it would end with the border below. So we have to fix the order of columns on mobile. So I'm going to use custom CSS to achieve that. So in the row settings, I could add that here in the custom CSS, but I will use a CSS class instead, and I will add my code, to the child theme style sheet. So, not custom CSS, but CSS class, and let's say DL reverse column. Okay, let's save that. Let's save this for a second, and now inside my coda in the style sheet, I'm adding a comment first, and then it will only apply to screen sizes of 980 pixels or less. So we need a media query, max with 980 pixels. And the row with this class, we want this to be display flex and flex order column reverse, I think. Let's save that. And now back to Chrome. I will exit the builder in the separate tab, refresh, and just to, you see, now the image, no, sorry, it didn't work. Okay, 1 second. I think it might be another child theme issue. 1 second, let me see if that CSS is being applied. No, our style sheet is not being, let me change the style sheet version. One second. View page source. Yes, it's not here. The website is not loading the recent child theme version. Let's try now. Okay, now it does, but my CSS is incorrect. So let's see. This row. Flex order. What does it say? Flex direction, not flex order. Sorry, my bad. So that would be flex direction, you see, and this will work. So back here in our CSS flex order, I am making up property names. So okay, flex direction, and let's save that. Okay, that works. So now you see my image is kind of in a second column on mobile. So first here would be first, and now it's, oh sorry, let me show you. Yeah, so now it's in the second column, but there's another thing. Let me quickly, I want to add a border to this section. Okay, the 1 pixel border, the same we are using all different elements on this side. So 1 pixel with our dark global color, and I will save that, and let me add another section just so we have this, so it doesn't blend in with the footer here, just for a moment. And I will save that, and this should show you what I mean. If I refresh my page and now on the smaller screen size, you see the space here. We don't have any space for the row, right? We removed the padding from the row, but there is this 30 pixels bottom margin. It's actually a column margin. It's not something you can edit inside the Divi builder, because that's just part of Divi theme style sheet. So here the column, so not the module, but a div ETPB column, right? So our column has orange part, so it uses the bottom margin bottom 30 pixels. It is added to the first column just to add that space here, but since we reverse the column order, we should probably add that space to the last column instead of the first one. So we can remove, well, definitely we need to remove that space from the bottom so the picture is nicely sticks to the bottom line, bottom border. And to target our first column, we can use the first of type CSS pseudo class or pseudo element, I'm not sure, but stay with me. DL, sorry, let me show you my code now, what I'm doing. Okay, so I started here. DL reverse column, and then ETPB column, which is a default column CSS class for columns in the Divi builder, but we only want to target the first column because that is the column that gets this margin bottom at the on smaller screen sizes. So we can do first of type. Very useful CSS pseudo class, and margin bottom. Let's save that. Of course, it's, I think, oh, sorry, it was still saving. Let me refresh. No. Let's save that, and now here, let's refresh. Lovely. So now there's no padding at the bottom and it looks much better, right? For, well, for mobile. I think I do need to change the size of that image for mobile, but let's maybe style the text here first. So back here, just so we can have a quick look of my intentions. So I wanted to add this line here to the first heading, and we have this uses Montserrat font, and then we have the second font we use here, which is called Bebas Neue, and this is also Montserrat. So let's try to replicate this. This is 13 pixels, and here we have 15 pixels, and this is 36. Let's try with these values for this text module. Okay, there we are. Oh, sorry, I keep forgetting to switch screens. So there we are in the theme builder again. Sorry, not the theme builder, but the Divi builder. We have our module settings, and first we have H3. So inside the H3, that's not the usual text module. So usually I would just create a base text module that includes all the font sizes for all the different heading sizes, but this one is a bit different because I want to have these different styles for different elements. So let's just not worry about creating the global text module for now. So this one will be Montserrat regular uppercase, and it was 13 pixels. We can change that for mobile, and also let's add a little bit of letter spacing. It's good to have space when we're using uppercase letters. And H1, we did use H1 for this, and it should be 36 for desktop, something like that. And then our text, body text, well, it does use the default, which is already Montserrat, so we can leave that. And it also uses 14 pixels, so that's pretty good. But let's do links. Let's change the link font weight to bold and also to dark color. I want to create this this hover effect with a highlighter effect, like you would highlight it with a Sharpie, something like that. So so we will add that with custom CSS as well as this line, but it's a good start. I would change the sizing, make it a bit narrower, so maybe let's try 400, maybe. Oh, like this, and that should be good. Well, it looks pretty well, even without the space here, but we could increase the spacing. But we do need some custom CSS classes that we can work with. So in the advanced section, let me add a CSS of DL links, because I do not want to target all the text modules and all of the links on my website. So I want to be specific. Whenever I want to use this link style, I can use the DL links CSS class. That's how I will target all of the links inside this this module. And for the line, I will add a class not to the module but to the H2 itself. So, or it was H3 maybe. So right here, if we go to text tab, we can see HTML, and I can do add a class here. So H3 class DL line right left. No, they say women never remember which one is which, so I guess it's kind of right. I have to think which hand I'm using to write, so I know which side is right or left, but okay. This is left. We want the left line on this element, so we have DL line left, okay, and what other class? DL links, right? Okay, let's save that. And now inside our style sheet, that will it doesn't need to be only on mobile, so let's do home page. So we have DL line left and also DL links. Okay, so for the DL line left, we want to add a before pseudo element, because we could try to create this using the divider module and then position it next to the header, but it's too much code and really too much trouble to achieve that look, and it's way easier to just write a few lines of CSS to make it happen. So to add any new element in the site, we can define it using before or after pseudo element, and what it has to include is content property and display. In this case, we want this to be a display inline block. Inline block. We want this to be, I think, maybe 50 pixel to my eye, but I'm not sure. We'll see how that looks. And only 1 pixel in height. And we want this to have a background of, I don't remember what is the color. Let me copy this from my Illustrator. Okay, got it. It's here. with a hashtag. Okay, that's our dark color. And it should be pretty good start, I think. Okay, so back in Chrome on our website, let's refresh. Nothing. Well, let's see, H3. Oh, okay, I didn't save my page here, so it doesn't have the CSS classes I am targeting, but right now it does, but probably my CSS, it doesn't work. I might have to start adding my CSS code back in the theme options instead of style sheet, because for some reason I think it may be some caching, or I'm not sure why, but oh, there we go. Okay, so that's a pretty good start, but not exactly what we, okay, yes. So I see my mistake. It's right here. I was explaining how to do before or after, but I didn't actually include it here. So before that class, let's save that. I think I need to change the version number here. Not sure, but it seems to be working better if I do. So let's go with that. Okay, back in here. Let's refresh. Okay, that's better, but let's try adding some margin to the bottom and to the right. You see how easy it is? We have a lovely line just right there with like 7 lines of CSS. So it would take definitely more time trying to create that with the builder and the divider module and position it over there. So let's only add that margin back to the code, back to our style sheet. Okay, great. And now that will work, but now let's do the links, okay? So we are going to use a similar technique to display additional element behind our links. So first of all, we need to make sure that our links are positioned relatively. So any A, you see here, any A element inside the container with a class of DL links will use position relative, okay? And that's for the another element we're going to add. So DL links A before, this will be positioned absolutely. That's why we need the relative position, because it will be positioned absolutely relative to the first parent element with a relative position. So we want a link to be the first parent element. Okay, so here it will be position absolute, bottom, let's say -3 pixels, left -3, right -3. So it's kind of a bit bigger, bit wider than a link itself. Okay, we need content and display, so it's actually visible. It can be block, and we need our background color. Hold on 1 second. Let me copy. I'm in my Illustrator, but bear with me. Okay, I got it. That's the, no, that was the, sorry, not this color. That was the super light. Okay, I've got it. This is the blue I want to use. Left, bottom, right. I think that should be, oh, let's specify the height. Maybe like 5 pixels, and we can add a slight border radius. I'm not sure if you're even going to see it, but you know, just that we know it's there. So 2 pixels, very like slightly rounded. Okay, 1 second. Let's save that. And now, okay, let me maybe add this version here. Okay, that is saving. And now back to Chrome. Let's refresh. Okay, that's pretty good, pretty good. If we can, I can make it a bit bigger so you can see better, but as you can see, it should be higher. It should be on top of the link more. So let's try to find it and edit it in here. So our link is this size, and we, okay, let's make it higher, maybe 10 pixels, like that. And let's use the Z index property to move it behind. But I actually know that the Z -1 doesn't work well in all the browsers, so we'll add a Z index to A and then lower Z index to the before. But that's a pretty good start. Maybe it's a bit too far down. Let's try with bottom 0 and maybe not so wide. Okay, I think I like it. I'm not sure, we could do, if we make it a bit smaller, like that, and maybe on hover, it could go all the way to the top, be covering, cover the full link. Maybe that would be a nice effect. Let's try that. Okay, so let me copy what I have here and back into our style sheet. Let's actually paste that here. But like I said, oh no, that's my line, sorry. Oh, that was close one. Okay, let's paste that here. But the Z index, I don't want to use the negative value, so I'm going to use 1, but I need to make sure that A element has higher Z index, so it's closer to us, and 2 should be enough. And for the hover, the fun part, right? We want to add a transition, so the hover effect is nice and smooth. So first transition. I usually go with 0.3 second is in, out. Oh, sorry, all. Transition property, duration, and timing function, something like that. That's the shorthand for transition. So now we know that this element will transition smoothly, and we want this to be a bit taller on hover. So A, hover before, okay? When we hover over the link, then the before element will change its height to, I don't know, 14? Let's try with 16 pixels. Let's see how that looks. I will save that. I think I'm doing a stupid thing changing the numbers here, but I'm just so worried that it's not going to work. I have to test it, but for now, let's go with that, okay? So back inside Chrome, if I refresh, oh, it didn't work. Once again, the Z index doesn't work. Let's see, what do we have the CSS here or not? Yes, but A. here. That's weird. Maybe we do need -1. Okay, but let's see the hover effect. Yeah, it's fun. I like it. Something a bit different. It could be even higher, I think. Yeah. Okay, so let's try with 18 pixels. I think we've set it to, where are we? To 16. So let's go with 18. And I don't know, let's go with that z-index -1, but I do need to check that in different browsers. I'm not sure if it's going to work, but it does, somehow works in Chrome, so let's go with that. Okay, I hope you like that effect. Let's change that number. Let's save our CSS file and back here. That's a pretty good start. I would add some more space here, but let's not be too picky, right? So that's fine. Let's fix the spacing here, okay? It's definitely too close to the top. So our text module should use some padding, okay? Let's try with 50 pixels. That's pretty good, or maybe even more, 80. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, and now that's pretty nice looking head section, I would say. It's not perfect, but it's not awful either. So I'm happy with that, how it looks. Now let's see the mobile version, okay? So on tablet, okay, I have to refresh the, okay, let's save that because it doesn't see my CSS changes. So let's save that. And now if I refresh, it should, and check the mobile. Yes, now it sees the CSS, right? So we can see I can see your comment, Sophia, that you still see the blue. Okay, let me check again. It seems to work fine on my guess is caching. I have to probably add that CSS for now in the theme options and then move it once we finish. I'm not sure. Maybe that will work smoother during lives, and there won't be any caching troubles or style shield child theme issues. So it seems to be fine here now for me. Let's refresh again, just so yeah. We'll see. If that doesn't work, then we can figure it out later. As usually, there's always something that has to, you know, stay for later. But okay, it's pretty good. If I inspect that, so we can see it and make it smaller so I can see it better. It's pretty good. Maybe if I could see it this way. Okay, definitely this needs bottom padding as well. You see on the smaller screen, if someone would open this, not even on tablet, but just on small laptop, this is kind of out of place, not in the center. So I don't like it. Let's add this spacing to the bottom as well. Or maybe we should use Flexbox. Let's see. We have 80 and then 50 at the bottom. Sorry, and this should fix this. And on on tablet, it's pretty good, nice and spacious. But I do want to make this smaller, definitely. I don't want to open up my huge picture on like horizontal tablet view. So let's change that image size on tablet to something like 60%, not pixels. Okay, that's maybe too small. 60%, and in the middle. Okay, let's go with 70, but just make sure it's not in the center. Oh, okay, so now it's not in the... Okay, we have to use Flexbox to align these modules in here, because adding space here is making this column taller than the first one, and the image, it's not in a bottom. So let's add a class to our row. We have already added DL reverse columns, but let's add... Oh, I just look what at the time. Okay, let's leave that for now, because I wanted to finish the whole homepage and I just realized that I've been doing this for way too long than I should. So maybe okay, let's leave that for now. That's one of the tricks I can show you later, okay? So let's go back to our... Okay, now I really hate this. Okay, let's change the spacing just real quick. Let's do something like that, okay? So it's at least it's okay on the bigger screen sizes. It should be fine for now. And here I wanted to add 3 sections, if we can quickly... Oh my, I am so slow. I thought... Sorry. But yeah, I do want you to understand what I'm doing, so hopefully you don't mind that it's not taking, that it is taking a bit of our time. So here I am in the, this is my original design here. So we have these 3 columns, and it's basically a blurb module with a button, or maybe a... Let's try that with a blurb and a button, or a code module for it. No, blurb would be fine. So we quickly add, we already have our button styled, so that's a good thing. That should make things quicker. So let's try to do this real quick. Okay, so here we have a new 3-column row with a blurb module that doesn't have any title. Oh, sorry, again, I forgot to... yeah, okay, so I just added 3 columns row and a blurb module, and now I want to copy this snippet of text I added here. Sorry. Okay, that's my... watch the videos, the tutorials section, but for image, let's remove that and let's add the same icons I'm using in the header. Okay, so let me just quickly, very quickly find them in the plethora of my folders on my disk. 1 second. Tutorials, playground, image. Community, resources, tutorials. Okay, so I have 3 SVGs, and this is the one I want to use here. Let's change the sizing. Very small, just like we like it. And the text should be center aligned, and it should be pretty small. That's fine, that's okay. We don't want this much space here. I think it's caused by the title. So just real quick, custom CSS blurb title display none. No margin, I'm guessing here. No padding. Okay, never mind. It might be a margin. Oh, that was it. Okay, so the image has a margin, which I just removed with a little bit of CSS, and I do want to change the size of the content to something like 350, maybe. Okay, let's align it in the center. 250. Oh, okay. That's nicer, I think. And now let's add a button below. It should be nice, and it should use our fun hover effect. So yeah, just let me see why it's not. Oh, this is not in the center. Text is in the center, but I think I did something wrong with sizing. So let's fix that. Oh, okay. That was weird, but let's maybe make the entire thing smaller. Okay, that's pretty good. And this should go to tutorials, but I do not want to use tutorials as a button name, because I heard recently that we should call our call to actions as it would be an answer to would you like to? Yes, I would like to. So would you like to tutorials doesn't make much sense, but would you like to watch now? Yes, I would like to watch now. Would you like to see the list? Yes, I would, and so on. Okay, so we are going to use the watch now name for our button, because I've read that that's how we should do it, and it does makes a lot of sense. So would you like to watch now? Yes, I would like to watch now, and hopefully all the visitors on that lovely homepage will answer the same thing, and the link will go to our we're going to use the, what's it called, the dynamic content exactly, dynamic content feature, and we're going to link it to our blog page. Page link tutorials, that's our blog page. Okay, and now let's duplicate this. And once again, I thought I would move it here. And we want 3 buttons. No, here. Oh no, what have I done? The builder doesn't love me. Okay, almost there. Hold on. Okay, and here we have resources. Let me copy the text here. Okay, so here, this is my text. This is my, back here, image is my resources list, which we still have to create. See the list. Would you like to see the list? Yes, please, I would like to see the list. Again, page link, but this time resources page. Okay, and this is going to be our community page link. 1 second, let me copy and grab the text from here. Okay, so content. Okay, and the button link, something like learn more. Would you like to learn more about our lovely Divi lovers community? Yes, definitely. Okay, so let's add a page link. Not great. Let's save and reload and hope for the best, because we still have to add a blog module. Okay, that worked. Link, page link, community. Okay, that's correct. Now I do wanted these lines here, so just to quickly show you, let's try adding it's similar to what we did on the single post layout with the blurb modules, but here our section needs a bottom border, but also our columns will use the middle column should use the right and left border, but this section has to we don't want any padding here, so the border reaches the top and bottom. Okay, so spacing, padding top and bottom 0, and it looks incorrect because we have two borders here, but if we add another section that would make it better. But this, we need more space in the column, so here in the column section, design, spacing, padding top and bottom, let's do 50, a lot of space, nice and spacious, that's how we like it. And we want to add a border left and right. We have to fix the borders for mobile, but I think we have to leave it for next week. I thought we will be able to finish it, but it looks like we won't. But let's do this desktop version at least. Okay, so we have two borders here, and our let me just just copy spacing, extend spacing to all columns throughout this row, extend. Okay, that's nice and spacious. But you see there is a space here, and that's because the row has padding as well. Okay, so top and bottom padding on the row. Okay, it's a good start. Actually, if we just can take a few more minutes, like 3 quick minutes, to add a blog module just below here. If I can just show you, it's going to be very quick, don't worry. I'm not going to hold you for much longer, but we have this latest on the playground step-by-step walkthroughs, this nice big header, and we're going to use the similar thing to this, but we also add a line after, so line before and line after, because it's center aligned, so two lines look nicer. Okay, so let me quickly add a new full width row this time, text module, very quick. Let's do latest on the playground, that would be our H2, and step by step walk. Sorry, my spelling is walk, I think that's okay. So this let's make it H3, that's fine. And then let's add a class DL line left and also DL line right. I could add a separate class with both lines, but we can also use two classes, so that's fine. So DL line left, we already have that. We have to add a new one. Sorry, oh no, I'm okay, there I am. I was showing you my Illustrator file, and I did add a new text module here with H2 and H3, and my H3 has two classes. You can add multiple classes to an element. That's something I didn't know for like a year or two when I started out, so that was a big realization for me when I found out that I can add multiple classes to my HTML. That was really great. So we have two classes. One is already working. We have that in our style sheet. I will add a second one in a moment, but let's copy our H3 heading styles, and let's save that, paste. Okay, that's a good start. And for the H2, I just do it quickly. That's the Bebas Neue font 36. pixels, and we want our entire text module to be aligned in the center. Okay, so that's this. Let's add the line in the style sheet real quick. So here we have a CSS class for the line left. Okay, and let's copy that, and let's do a line right after, and it will be the same, but we want margin left. Let me change that and save. Hopefully that will work in a second. But one other thing I wanted to show you, I'm not sure if you know this, but if I add a blog module here, and if I want to display all categories, I want to display 3 posts only, because it will be in, oh my, again. So here I am, I'm adding, sorry, I'm adding a blog module with 3 posts, but as you see, I haven't added a featured image to my post. And this is what I wanted to show you, because you may not know this, but you can change the post type to video type, and it will display your video thumbnail instead of your actual video, instead of the featured image. So just let me quickly change that to grid. I'm not going to do much changes. Let's only change the border so it uses the same dark color, right? And let's remove some elements. So author date, no category, no excerpt. Well, maybe no pagination. So only title and featured image. And or maybe read more. Okay, we can change that later. But what I wanted to what I wanted to show you, that if you change the post type to video, your video will be displayed instead of the featured image on the blog list. So here I just want to change the to move that grid. That grid layout closer together. Let's change this row gutter size. So sizing, custom gutter width 2. You see, and now it moves this closer together. One would remove the space, which we don't want necessarily for this layout. So 2 would look nice. Okay, so that's pretty good start. There isn't much to fix here on this page. We can do a separate video on fixing little things we left out, but just to show you real quick, back in the dashboard, did I save? Let's save. So back in the dashboard here, in the posts, I'm just going to do 3 last ones. So edit post. And let me show you where is the post format. Right here, the default is standard, but if I change it to video and update and go out of this annoying full screen mode, so I updated the post, and back on the post list, let's do 2 more, okay? So edit, post format, video, update. Updating, okay, it's there. And back here, the third one, I will do that for all of them, but we will see only the 3, so it's fine. Post type, video, update, okay? And now let's refresh our home page. You see, I have my videos instead of featured image, which is kind of cool. Maybe you didn't know about it. You might find a use for that. I'm not sure if I like it, because there's too much text. My thumbnails, my video thumbnails may need to be a bit different for this to work better, but let's leave it for now. At least I don't need to create featured images for every post, and it still displays kind of nicely. So there we have it, our homepage, which isn't great on mobile. We have to get this sorted next week, because right now if we resize, oh, that's no, the fixed size here, that's the problem. I have to remove that, but at least the top section looks kind of good. Then the columns here, this middle column would need to change the border from left, right to top and bottom on mobile. That would make it better. And then we have our recent videos. So I think it's a pretty good start, I guess. We can work on that next week, or maybe on some different part. I'm not sure yet. But I hope you found it useful, and you enjoyed watching that. And if you have any suggestions what we should change next, or what I could add here or edit or whatever, just let me know and I will try to work on that. So just let me check real quick if we have some comments. Okay, my comments didn't scroll through, so I wasn't seeing them. So yeah. Exactly, Valentin. Adding multiple classes, like I said, it changed my life. But yeah, that was a few years back. But I already was writing my own code for a year or more. And then I found out you can add more than one. It was like game changing for me. So yeah. Do you mean the links, the hover links, or the thumbnails? I'm glad I was able to help in some way. I'm not sure what are you referring to, Sophia. So, mm, I'm tr- no, yeah, I'm not sure. No, I think if you change it to the video post. Post type, it will display video even if you have a featured image attached, but you would need to check and make sure. But that would be my guess, that it works this way. Okay, Valentin has a bit long question. Just let me Well, I am a bit old school in a way that I do like to have my page design created before I start work with Divi, because that's how I've been working for years. I would design my page in Photoshop and then recreate that with code. But Divi making it so easy for us to add sections and elements, kind of many people would even skip that part of designing in some graphic design software. But I think it is very it makes your work much faster, really, even if you do need to spend more time on the design part. But then you know all the values, like you mentioned, setting pixel values to your spacing and keeping them in Divi. It just makes it easier. You don't have to figure it out while you're building your page, because you've already figured it out when you were designing it. So these are like two separate processes. Like first you design, you decide what's the spacing, how it should look, and then you just create this with Divi, and you don't have to think of the design part. I think it's much easier this way, but it does require additional time for the design. So it's really kind of your choice. So there's no wrong or right way of doing it. It's just what works best for us. Oh, Sophia, I will check that. Once we finish here, I will check your link and see if I can if I can help. Okay, thank you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope to see you again next week, and yeah, let's make this website even nicer. It's not the perfect looking site, definitely, but it is kind of fun. I like working on it, and I like working on it with you. So again, thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you next week. Bye!